Hi guys, this is FT for Sage5.tv once more back with another video, and today we are going to apply our DYOR on one project we've been following for quite a while. That's Phala Network, a Polkadot parachain. So Phala Network is a Polkadot parachain for confidential smart contract network enabled by what's called a Trusted Execution Environment, or TEE. By running inside the TEE enclaves in the CPU, smart contracts are confidentially executed. What is TEE, Trusted Execution Environment? In very simple terms, it can be described as an area within a computer system that no one can access except a trusted agreement. In other words, it offers an efficient system-wide approach to security with hardware-enforced isolation built into the CPU. The trusted execution environment runs within the main processor but outside the normal operating system, executing and or storing data without modification. Only those parties fulfilling a specific criteria or design are able to access the data, since trusted executing environments hold their own cryptographic keys. That's epic. That's great. One thing to be considered when incorporating a trusted execution environment into a system is the need for trust in the hardware. Since trusted execution environments rely on the integrity and design competence of the hardware developer or manufacturer, it is paramount that chosen hardware platform is just as superior. In that case, look no further than the likes of Intel SGX, ARM Trust Zone, Keystone. Now to the consensus mechanism. The Phala network is built on Substrate. Phala uses nominated proof-of-stake consensus mechanism built by Polkadot. Validators run nodes to participate in the production and confirmation validation of blocks. Just as with proof-of-work chain, Phala network requires trusted execution environments, enable CPUs to execute confidential contracts, with the trusted execution environment miners receiving profits from mining clients, which provide computing power for the network. Value proposition for the Phala network: on-chain computing and storage resources, off-chain storage resources, trusted computing processing unit, user-centric data sharing that is pro-privacy, data trading with data owner retaining 100% ownership. Data consumer procures value through analysis. Use cases for the Phala token: acquiring computer resources. The Phala token PHA is used for acquiring computer resources. It's the native token for confidential smart contracts. The Phala or PHA, the FAR token, is also used for achieving security guarantees via staking, which is subject to slashing for misbehavior. The Phala token is also used for governance voting via a qualified holding criteria. The Phala token is also used for other settlements such as Web3 analytics. And here are some infrastructural use cases. The Phala token is used for trustless previous data computation and exchange. It's also used for on-chain computing and storage resources. Then there is also the off-chain computing and storage of resources, cross-chain confidentiality layer, joint risk control. This is where it comes with the slashing and reward for misbehavior and good behavior. Good behavior in this case just being conformity. If you conform to what's required, you get your rewards. Misbehave, you lose out. And then there is also a claim that it will be used for artificial intelligence and healthcare. Well, we wait to see that. We haven't seen any application to date, but I think it's designed within that. Age of the project: it became a Polkadot parachain on the 31st of March 2021, but it actually launched in September 2020, which means it's been running on the Ethereum blockchain. The tokenomics: ticker symbol PHA, FAR, total tokens 1 billion, mining of the community, it's 70% of 700 million, earmarked for the community. The airdrop 9%, the team owns 5%, token sale they allocated 15%. Reward for testnet 1%. Current circulating supply 272 million tokens. Inspired by Polkadot, Phala adopts the nominated proof-of-stake inflation model to issue the FAR tokens or the Phala tokens as incentives for gatekeeping and nominate. Phala's inflation rate is not fixed, but through a sophisticated algorithm design, the amount of stake token is reasonably guided to achieve a balance between staking security and the token liquidity. Here's a bit more about the nominated proof-of-stake consensus mechanism. The nominated proof-of-stake consensus mechanism is a consensus algorithm designed by Polkadot. Validators run nodes to participate in the production and finalization of blocks. Nominators can stake their tokens to obtain the right amount to nominate the trusted validators. The Phala token inflation: Phala expects an annual inflation of 5% with a 40% staking rate, and the APR in that case will be 12.5%. How to get the Phala token? You can become a gatekeeper. You can become a nominator by holding the Phala token, by supporting Phala network, win a parachain, or some have already done so, and they earn the Phala token as problem reward. You can also contribute your trusted execution environment computing power to earn Phala tokens. So it kind of uses a hybrid model of proof of stake and proof of work. It's somewhere in the middle. You can also get it from crypto exchanges, which include Binance, KeyCoin, Huobi, OKEX, Uniswap, Gate, and 1inch. Phala team has got 13 employees or team members according to LinkedIn. Social media via Twitter, Phala has got 119,000 Twitter followers. Social media via Discord, Phala has got 5,300 Discord members. Interoperability, in addition to being built on Substrate, Phala is based on XCMP to achieve interoperability and composability between contracts and blockchain. Security, the Phala Network software security audit was performed by CETIC with all findings resolved. Currently, there are no known issues with regards to security compromises. The scaling, the Phala Network is now operational in 50 plus cities across the globe. This is because they use people's computers. That's why you are able to highlight scaling in terms of cities. The protocol is over 66,500 virtual computers in operation across 22,000 network nodes. The Polkadot blockchain enables high-performance transaction throughput. What about decentralization? The Phala network is now operational in 50 cities across the globe. The protocol is over 66,000 virtual computers operating across 22,000 nodes. That's huge. So that is a brief summary of the Phala network. So we are going to proceed and apply our DYO risk evaluation, where we look at 13 elements, score them between 0 and 10, and then we apply the risk level, which has got 4 categories: no go, go to 0, potential, and go for it. The 13 elements that we're going to apply on the Phala network are as follows: decentralization, how decentralized the network. Mind you, no blockchain could claim to be fully decentralized or 100% decentralized. Even Bitcoin is suspect when it comes to decentralization. Then we look at security. Is the underpinning code being audited, or has there been any compromise within the network? Then we look at scaling, that the network struggle when it comes to scaling, onboarding additional users or traffic. Interoperability, does the network reach across its own boundaries, work with other blockchains or parachains? Then we look at the project team. Are they anonymous or they are publicly available and they are contactable? Then we look at social media via Twitter, how many Twitter followers? Then social media via Discord, how many Discord community members? The age of the project, how old is the project? Then we consider use cases, that the project you are about to invest in have any use cases, both for the token as well as infrastructure use cases that are used by other projects or dApps. Then we look at tokens generated at Genesis, tokens in circulation, the point of doing the video, maximum tokens available, is there a hard cap? And then inside the token, because you do not want to be rug pulled. Our criteria is we have a threshold of 25%. Anything above 25%, it's bells ringing, red flags. Above 30%, we probably don't want to go in. If we go in, there must be some serious justification why we're going in. So from 0 to 10 on each element, then we multiply the maximum possible scores with 13 elements. You get a potential maximum score of 130. We then apply the 4 categories within that 130 scale. So for example, the lower end of that scale is between 0 to 64 out of 130, we call it no-go. Then we got 65 to 89 out of 130, we call it could go to 0. Then we've got 90 to 109 out of 130, we call it potential. And finally, 110 to 130, we call it go for it. It means the risk is relatively low compared to the other 3. So where do we rank the Phala network? Here are the scores we gave Phala network. On decentralization, we gave it 7.5 points out of 10. On security, we gave it 7.5 points out of 10. On scaling, we gave it 7.5 points out of 10. On interoperability, is designed for interoperability, we gave it 10 points out of 10. On project team, we gave it 7.5 points out of 10. On social media via Twitter, we gave it 7.5 points out of 10. On social media via Discord, we gave it 2.5 points out of 10. On age of the project is relatively new, especially since it's only one parachain sometime this year. But we also know that it initially launched on Ethereum in 2020 or so. We are going to give it 2.5 points out of 10. Use cases, we are going to give it 7.5 points out of 10 because I think it's got the right balance between token use cases and infrastructural use cases. Tokens issued at Genesis, we're going to give it 5 points out of 10. Tokens in circulation at the point of doing this video, we're going to give it 5 points out of 10. Maximum tokens available, we are going to give it 5 points out of 10. Inside the token allocation, we are going to give it 10 out of 10 because of its 5% inside the token allocation. We think that's commendable. That is excellent. Again, guys, we are reviewing Phala token using the DYOR risk evaluation. And this is because we've got vested interest. I invested in Phala, but I will also always try to remain objective and non-biased. So, what is the final score for Phala? Phala achieves a mega 85 out of 130, which is could go to 0 category. Most great projects we've evaluated, they've come under this category, could go to 0. Only a couple or so have gone into the higher category, potential. So far, none have gone into the go for it category, which is 110 to 130. So we think the DYOR risk evaluation toolkit, harsh, possibly, objective? For me, I certainly think so because it works for me. I'm even applying it during this current bear trend and it's working wonders for me. But again, it's not a one-size-fits-all. You need to tweak it to suit your own needs. You can modify it, apply it at your own risk, do your own research. Again, guys, don't forget to click like and subscribe as well as smash that notification bell. So what is the total for Phala? 85 out of 130 could go to 0. What do you guys think? Do you think Phala could go to 0? Do you think we were harsh? Do you think it's somehow objective, our analysis and evaluation? Comment down below, let us know. We are going to be adding, just for disclosure, we are going to be adding more to our Phala position because we started investing in Phala during the last leg of the bull run from Q3 all the way through, and we are going to be adding more to our position right now. Are you going to be investing in Phala? Is Phala a project you think is worth your investment? Do you think they offer real-world use cases? Are they addressing real-world problems? Comment down below, let us know. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us today. This is FD for Sage 5 signing out. Bye for now.